welcome to the third part of this series where I analyze and review all of my sources that I use for learning English throughout my English learning process. For those of you who are new to my channel, I just want to let you know that I learned and improved my English with the scripts of sitcoms, and I learned English with the scripts of TV shows. I learned English with the scripts of YouTube videos, vloggers, talk shows, and podcasts, and some movies. In the previous two videos, we analyzed and rated my sources at the beginning of my English learning process that I use for learning English. In today's video, we will talk about how learning English with the script of YouTube videos and vloggers and talk shows help me to speak English really good. Now, in today's video, we will basically talk about the differences between learning English with the script of YouTube videos, vloggers, talk shows versus learning English with the script of TV shows, sitcoms, and movies. We will compare these three sources to these three sources, okay? By watching this video, you will come to a conclusion and truly understand what source is the best for your English learning process, for you to learn or improve your English based on your level. Now, let's talk about learn English with vloggers. In terms of fluency, learn English with the scripts of vlogs will help you to improve your speaking skill in a very drastic way. So I would say learn English with vloggers in terms of fluency, 9 out of 10. Learning words effectively, I would say 7 out of 10. And in terms of beginner intermediate level, I would say 1 out of 10. So basically, my message to you is that you should not start learning English with vloggers when you're somewhere between beginner or intermediate level. But if you are somewhere between intermediate proficiency, I would say learn English with vloggers will be very beneficial, very useful for you to improve your speaking skill, become fluent in English. So I would say 9 out of 10. Let's start with vloggers. One of the YouTubers that I learned English was Kennedy. I practiced English for a very long time during COVID in 2020. So I used to get the scripts of Kennedy's YouTube videos, and I used to practice with Kennedy's YouTube videos.
I got these because my pepper grinder broke.
I got this because my pepper grinder broke, and
oh, what the heck? Now it's jammed. I have made such a mess.
What the heck? Now it's jammed. I have made such a mess. The most important advantages of practicing with vloggers is that you start to speak the way they speak. What I mean by that is Kennedy is a Native American speaker. So when you start to practice with her scripts, you start to speak the way she speaks. But I'm not talking about, memorizing her lines or something like that. What I'm talking about is you start to make the sentences the way she makes. And the other thing is, obviously, her videos are not scripted, right? She's just talking to camera naturally, in a very natural way. So basically, you see 100% real-life American speech here. And this is the most realistic learning English sources that you can ever use.
It is now almost 8 p.m. I'm going to make some hot chocolate.
It is now almost 8 p.m. and I'm going to make some hot chocolate. When you practice with the scripts of TV shows, you will see that all the lines are in a way scripted, right? All those lines are written. No matter how the realistic dialogues are, you will not acquire this most realistic style, You will not speak in the most natural way when you practice with the scripts of TV shows and movies.
Isn't this amazing? I mean, I have never made coffee before in my entire life.
Isn't this amazing? Isn't this amazing? I mean, I never made coffee before in my life. That is the biggest advantage of practicing with vloggers, because when you practice with vloggers, you 100% acquire 100% natural, real life American English.
This mug is from Target and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
This mug is from Target and it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. For instance, guys, I love hot chocolate so much, and my grandma, used to make me hot chocolate all the time, every time I visited her, because she knew that, hot chocolate was my favorite thing to drink, especially during Christmas time. I remember that every single time I would visit my grandma, she would always make me or give me hot chocolate. Like, this is my favorite thing to have when I'm at her house. When I was at her house during Christmas time, it's like very cozy, very warm. I love this vibe so much. And the second thing is, this is my favorite Christmas mug. This is my grandma got me this. because I love Christmas so much. Christmas is my favorite time of the year. I'm a huge fan of Christmas. I'm not a religious person necessarily. I feel so happy during Christmas time, and my grandma got me this mug with Christmas theme, and this Christmas mug, this mug is my favorite thing for my grandma. I love it so much and I use it every single day. So one of the most important things when you practice with YouTubers, you can easily relate to the characters. For instance, Kennedy's talking about like Christmas vibe, making hot chocolates, her mug. And these are situations that I could easily be in, I'm gonna make hot chocolates, you're gonna make yourself hot chocolate. When you practice with vloggers, you can always find something that you can relate to, based on the vlogger that you're watching, obviously. If the vloggers that you're practicing English with has a high relatability, if you can relate to the vlogger's lifestyle or the thing that she does in her life, then it will 100% be very effective for you to also learn words, because you will very easily be able to remember the scenes from vlogger's life, from vlogger's daily life.
This is the best hot chocolate I have personally ever had.
This is the best hot chocolate I have personally ever had.
Now we wait for the soup to cook.
And now we wait for the soup to cook. In that scene, you see Kennedy in the kitchen. You see Kennedy making her coffee. I see Kennedy making her coffee. I see Kennedy preparing her coffee in the kitchen. I see Kennedy cooking her meals, her soup and all that stuff. So these are the scenes that I can 100% relate to. Now I'm gonna make some Turkish coffee.
I'm going to make some hot chocolate.
We just pour a bunch of it until I feel satisfied.
I just kind of pour a bunch of it in until I feel satisfied.
Right? We just pour a bunch of it until I feel satisfied. Now it's jammed.
Oh, what the heck? Now it's jammed.
Now it's jammed. What the heck? Now it's jammed. What the heck? But the thing is, when you practice with sitcoms, you tend to learn words more effectively compared to learn English with vloggers or YouTube videos. Because when you practice with sitcoms, you always have a story. You have a strong story. You have different characters that you practice with. You have different stories that you can relate to, and those stories will stand out to you if those stories are interesting to you. When we compare, TV shows, sitcoms to vloggers or YouTube videos in terms of learning words effectively, I would say learning English with the sitcoms will always be the best way of learning and improving your vocabulary. And a little bit sugar. We need to add a spoon of sugar here.
Hey, what's with you?
I just grabbed a spoon.
Okay, obviously Kennedy was not the only YouTuber, the vlogger that I learned English with during quarantine. You know that I practice with the script of Case Neistat, with the vlogs of Case Neistat.
On my way to the gym, you might notice how fresh I look this morning. Candace's mother slept over last night and took care of the baby. I wish that happened every night.
On my way to the gym, you might notice how fresh I look this morning. Candace's mother slept over last night and took care of the baby. I wish that happened every night. On my way to the gym, you might notice how fresh I look this morning. Candace's mother stayed over last night and took care of the baby. I wish it happened every night. So you see a normal guy who goes about his normal day, and that's also something that you can relate to.
Closet, the day of reckoning is near. But not today.
Closet, the day of reckoning is near. Closet, the day of reckoning is near. Closet, the day of reckoning is near. So, but not today. It's
raining. I hate when it rains. It makes it so hard to vlog.
It's raining. I hate it when it rains. When it rains, it makes it so hard to vlog. My camera gets all wet. Okay, one of the things that you can very easily see, you can easily tell, is that I don't read the line actually. This is not a reading practice. I told you guys many times, I don't do reading practice. I'm not learning English as if I am reading the scripts. I try to directly remember the way he or she says the line, and I try to repeat the line as if I am speaking, not I am reading. Even though I look at the script right now, This is not the intonations that you will do when you read a script or when you read a book. When you read a script out loud or when you read a book out loud, this is not how you would say the line, or this is not how you would intonate the lines or intonate the word. Overall, when you look at this graphic, you will see that if you are somewhere between beginner or intermediate level, I would say that, as you can see, learn English with the script of sitcoms will be very, very vital to your English learning process. As a beginner, you need to start practicing with sitcoms. You need to start learning English with sitcoms, because sitcoms will help you to improve your fluency, 10 out of 10, improve your vocabulary in the most efficient way, 10 out of 10. And again, if you're a beginner or if you are somewhere between beginner or intermediate level, it will 100% help you to make progress, 10 out of 10.
Ross, could you come and help me with the spaghetti, please?
Yes.
Oh, we're having spaghetti. That's easy.
Ross, could you come and help me with spaghetti, please? Oh, we're having spaghetti. That's easy. And you look at the another step of my English learning process, is where I practice and I learned English with vloggers. You can see that vloggers was really important for me to become fluent in English or improve my speaking skill in general and speak like a native speaker. And I'm not talking about the accent aspect of speaking English fluently here. I'm talking about the fluency, guys. I'm talking about making the sentences the way native speakers make, you know. But in terms of words, learning words effectively, vloggers is not as efficient as learn English with the sitcoms or learn English with the TV shows. So this is why learn English with vloggers, I would say 7 out of 10. Clearly, as you can see from the graphic, you should not start learning English with vloggers. You should only start learning English with the script of vloggers when you're between intermediate or proficiency level. If I have to sum it up, as a beginner, learn English with this script of sitcoms is the best way of learning English. Is the best way of improving your vocabulary, learning new words without memorizing, is the best way of speaking English fluently. If you're in somewhere between intermediate or advanced level, learn English with the scripts of vloggers is the best way of learning English. But the thing is, when you start to practice English with vloggers, you will not be learning English as efficient as you learn English with the script of sitcoms, but you will start to acquire the most realistic, real-life American speech, American dialogues. You will start to speak in the exact same way that Americans, that native speakers speak. So that is the biggest advantage of practicing with vloggers. Okay, in the next video, we'll keep talking about the importance and advantages and disadvantages of learning English with classic YouTube videos, where YouTuber talks to camera like for 10 minutes straight. And also we'll talk about why I learned and I practice English with Q&A videos, specifically Q&A videos, and also talk shows.